Good morning and welcome to 2025.
Technology was once imagined as the ultimate equalizer. The internet was supposed to give everyone a voice, but today that's not quite how it's panning out. Welcome back, everybody. Just another Tech Phantom here, signing on to another episode of Phantom Tec Reports. In a world where wealth gaps are widening and political polarization is increasing, technology can amplify this inequality, while egalitarianism, what's this word you may ask, remains a grounding philosophy. It asks us to keep checking who's getting left behind. Are the rules the same for everyone or just on paper? Are opportunities real or only for those already advantaged? Why it still matters? Well, let's start with the basics. Egalitarianism is the belief that all people deserve equal rights, opportunities, and treatment, not just in law, but in real life. Historically, it stood as a counter to rigid class systems, hereditary privilege, and the belief that some people were simply born better than others. It was the rallying cry of revolutions, civil rights movements, and those who dared to imagine a society where your birth didn't define your worth. All right, let's bring egalitarianism straight into the heart of today's tech scene, where it's not just a philosophical debate, but something actively shaping and being shaped by the digital world. Because the way this philosophy is playing out in our modern day technology right now is pretty wild, especially in areas like AI and digital rights. And nowhere is the battle more visible than in the laws now being pushed in Australia. Laws that will ban social media access for anyone under 16 and require all users to verify their identity just to sign up. This is being sold to the public as protecting our children. But scratch the surface and you'll find it's not about child safety as much as it's about reshaping the internet into something far less free, far less anonymous, and far more controlled. The government says it's about shielding kids from online harms, cyberbullying, predatory behaviour, mental health impacts. And yes, those dangers are real. But if this truly was about protection, we'd see a crackdown where those threats actually live. Instead, we get sweeping, one-size-fits-all surveillance laws that force everyone, children and adults alike, to hand over identifying documents to corporations and, by extension, to the state. The implication? You can't be trusted with your own privacy unless Big Brother signs off. Here's the kicker, and it's going to sting. This isn't just about kids and their TikTok habits. It's about a government power grab dressed in the language of safety, while the real dangers are left to rot in plain sight. If this was truly about protecting children, you'd see equal urgency in tackling the predator-infested cesspits that exist right now in places like Roblox and, to a lesser extent, Minecraft. Platforms where grooming and exploitation have been repeatedly exposed. Now, the problem is that these predators aren't on the fringes, they're hiding in plain sight. It's not just the odd case, it's a trend, and it's trending now. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You won't hear much about it from Google, YouTube, or the majority of mainstream media. Why? Because Roblox's valuation depends on keeping its image clean for investors, and family-friendly metaverse headlines keep the ad money flowing. And surely the adverts don't have a real lineup for the antithesis of the ad money that you would get on, say, Facebook or whoever, on the headlines for the hardcore hype that has kept the ad money flowing. It's the equivalent of painting over a mouldy wall and calling it a renovation. The result is a grotesque contradiction. A government pushing ID-length social media to protect kids while quietly ignoring the platforms where the most persistent dangers thrive. And instead of real solutions, like moderating these environments properly or enforcing accountability for platforms that fail, We get sweeping anonymity from everyone. That's not child protection. That's political theatre, and it's happening at the expense of the very people it claims to defend. When we talk about egalitarianism in the context of tech, it's about making sure the rules and opportunities are fair, really fair, not just in the headlines. But these laws, they tilt the playing field even further. The wealthy and well-connected will still find ways to protect their privacy, while everyday users are left exposed. The tools that once gave the powerless a voice, anonymous accounts, independent journalism, grassroots organising, are eroded in the name of safety. And once you normalise giving up your ID to speak online, it's only a matter of time before dissent is silenced entirely. This isn't just an Australian issue either. The UK has been playing from the same songbook with its online safety bill, which contains similarly dangerous provisions. The pattern is global. Wrap surveillance in child protection, watch the public swallow it without question, and quietly consolidate control over the flow of information. And make no mistake, once control is gained, it's never given back. From the historical fight for equality to the modern struggle for digital rights, egalitarianism remains the lens we need to see through the fog. It's the question we must keep asking. Is technology levelling the field or cementing the hierarchy? Right now, the answer should worry all of us, because we're not heading toward a digital utopia. We're walking, eyes wide shut, into a gated internet where your ability to speak, create and connect depends on whether you're approved. And when the people pushing these laws conveniently ignore the predator networks hiding in the very spaces they champion as safe for kids, it tells you everything about their priorities. This isn't about the next generation's well-being. It's about control, profit and the illusion of action. And so we circle back to the first question. Who's getting left behind? It's the same people who always do. The voiceless, the unconnected, the ones for whom the internet was the great equaliser. And now, as we stand on the brink of locking it down in the name of safety, we risk building a digital world where equality is a slogan, not a reality. The battleground isn't just in Parliament or in corporate boardrooms. It's in every account we sign up for, every platform we trust, and every right we're told is too dangerous for us to keep. The next time they claim it's for the children, remember the silence on Roblox. Remember who benefits from that silence. And then ask yourself, if they can ignore predators in plain sight, what else will they choose not to see? If only we could forecast the future, these legislators employed by us, this government, our governments, if only we could employ some specialists in field for this forecasting ability, we could at least imagine it. Imagine it's 2032. You open your device to post a thought online, something small, maybe even harmless, but before your words can leave the keyboard, a prompt appears. Please verify your identity with a government-issued digital ID. The platform logs the time, your location, your biometric signature. Your post is scanned in real time against safety filters, not just for hate speech or criminal content, but for unverified political opinions. You delete it before sending, not because it was dangerous, but because you've learnt the algorithm is watching. Now picture a teenager born into this system who has never known an internet without papers. They don't question it. They've never experienced anonymous debate, private expression, or free dissent. They don't know what's been lost, so they can't fight to get it back. That's how you kill egalitarianism. Not with a sudden law, not with a single crackdown, but with slow, quiet, justified changes. All wrapped in the language of protection. And by then, it's too late. The infrastructure is permanent. The data trails are permanent. The chilling effect on speech is permanent. Egalitarianism, the belief that your voice matters as much as anyone else's, becomes history. not real. Predator networks hiding in the very spaces they champion as safe for kids. It tells you everything about their priorities. This isn't about the next generation's well-being. It's about control, profit, and the illusion of action. And so we circle back to the first question, who's getting left behind? It's the same people who always do, the voiceless, the unconnected, the ones for whom the internet was the great equalizer. And now, as we stand on the brink of locking it down in the name of safety, we risk building a digital world where equality is a slogan, not a reality. The battleground isn't just in Parliament or in corporate boardrooms. It's in every account we sign up for, every platform we trust, and every right we're told is too dangerous for us to keep. The next time they claim it's for the children, remember the silence on Roblox. Remember who benefits from that silence. The future isn't lost yet, but it will be if we don't defend it now. Well, peeps, I'm just another tech phantom signing off from Phantom Tech. So thanks for joining us and peace.
Thanks very much.